Good morning, everyone. Let's begin with our basic and common competencies through the 21st century training of trainees or training of learners. Now, on work readiness module on 21st century, we will be discussing our basic and common competencies. It's already embedded with us, or in us rather. Those are cooperation, work values, or attitude towards your work. Now, as we go along with our training, we will be discussing it step by step. Now, again, my name is Chef Sidney Roque. I'll be your facilitator for your 21st century work readiness module. The importance of this module or context for your 21st century is for you to be able to fully utilize your critical thinking skills, your analytical skills, as well as your communication and cooperation. Now, as your trainer, I'm an accredited trainer of TESDA for Cookery NC2, Commercial Cooking NC3, Events Management, and Bread and Pastry Production, the qualification that you are taking right now. Now, later after our discussion for the 21st century, we'll be having a small energizer. It will be a group activity. I want you all to participate. Use the basic and common competencies that we'll be discussing throughout this session. Again, my name is Chef Sidney Roque. If you have any questions, clarifications, feel free to ask later after our discussion. So we will have an open discussion. So please write down your questions so that we can discuss it after our discussion. Now, just a reminder for virtual conference, please be informed that by participating in this online conference, you are consenting to the collection and use of information, including digital documentation such as video and audio recordings, screenshots, and the like. So rest assured that your information or any information that is being collected and processed shall be in accordance with the Data Privacy Act of 2012, RA 10173, and all pertinent rules, regulations, and laws concerning the Data Privacy Act. Ang ibig sabihin po nito, all the screenshots, all the photos that will be documented during our face-to-face classes during Saturday, everything will be held in the highest regard. Ibig sabihin po namin, we won't post it without your consent, and hindi po namin gagamitin yung mga photos nyo for any other reason, kundi para lamang po sa documentation. Again, for virtual conference reminders, upon entry, the mic of all participants will be on mute in order to avoid unnecessary noise. Please use the following naming convention. So kindly edit your naming convention. For example, Group 1, Medina Velasquez, SCIT, or you can put BPP, SCIT underscore or dash BPP. Okay. Now, for you to be able to edit your name here in Google Meet, kindly click more or rename beside your name in the participants panel. Now, to maximize your conference experience, please switch your screen layout to speaker view. Use your earphones, okay? But it is actually not recommended. Now, please choose a quiet location where you will not be disturbed. Now, kindly participate in the discussion, okay? Especially at the end of the discussion, will you be asking your questions and clarifications. Now, please note down or jot your questions in the chat box so you won't be able to miss to ask your questions. Now, if needed, the facilitator or moderator shall acknowledge your name and request you to turn on your audio to raise your questions, clarifications to the resource person. Okay. Our media platform will be using Google Meet. Okay. Again, our Google Meet tips and etiquettes. Find a quiet location. Use your headset. Listen for expectations. Use chat for questions. Wait your turn. Mute your microphone when not talking. Okay, so to prevent any noises or any disturbances on our discussion. Now, here are some common technical glitches or technical issues. Okay, microphone not working, accidentally click leave, okay, or um, loading or low internet speed. Okay, again, at the end of the discussion, we always have our question and answer portion, so you can ask all your questions for clarifications. Okay, now let's proceed for the work readiness module. Okay, just to give you a brief background regarding the 21st century work readiness module, the Opportunity 2.0 is a 5-year 2020 to 2025 US aid-funded project that aims to improve education, employment, and livelihood outcomes for vulnerable out-of-school youth. Implemented by the Education Development Center, Opportunity 2.0 will contribute to stronger education and workforce development systems that reach larger numbers of out-of-school youth and help prepare them to transition to further education and training as well as immediate jobs and long-term success. Now, Opportunity 2.0 Second Intermediate Result or IR2 is aimed at building capacities of national and local systems to provide foundation, skills in work readiness, and entrepreneurship. In line with this objective, Opportunity 2.0 will support technical education and skills development authorities or TESDA mandate an initiative in rolling out second chance technical education and skills development programs that are innovative, maintained with quality at scale, and flexible to the out-of-school youth. Specifically, Opportunity 2.0 will provide technical support to TESDA to deliver work readiness modules on 21st century skills for National Certificate Levels 1 and 2 based on TESDA Basic Competency Framework and EDC's Work Read Now and Be Your Own Boss or BYOB curricula. Okay, so basically this 21st century is funded by the US Aid and EDC and supported by other programs for us to be able to achieve our objectives. Now let's proceed to our training objectives. So our training objectives is for us to be familiarized with the work readiness module on 21st century skills and practically apply it during our training. Now, be able to deliver the work readiness modules on 21st century skills curriculum to our learners. Okay, so the following learning delivery modes is self-directed, face-to-face, or virtual or blended learning. Okay, so when we say self-directed, um, you read and understand on your own and you learn on your own. So during your face-to-face, it's just like a normal class, and also virtual or blended learning, which means you can learn through modules or you can learn online with your facilitator. Next, be prepared to train and support other trainers or be prepared to train and support other learners, okay, and also trainers, okay, who will deliver the modules to the youth or to deliver the modules through your colleagues here during our training. Okay, because part of our 21st century is to support others through cooperation. Okay, so that through a collective action, we'll be able to finish all the tasks that we'll be doing. Now, be able to lead a feedback conversation to our learners, okay, using the performance criteria. Plan for the multiplier training. Okay, for the multiplier training, we'll not be discussing that because that's for training for learners, training for trainees rather. Now, our training agenda today for day one, we'll be covering everything from day one so that would be able to practically apply this. Okay, basically, 21st century is actually embedded in us. So, yung mga ginagawa nyo sa school, during high school or during your earlier days in school, it's basically that's the 21st century. We're just standardizing the three elements that is TESDA is trying to input in our training, which is work attitude, your skills, and your knowledge. Okay. All right. Any questions, clarifications, or violent reactions? Okay, now's the time to ask questions. Okay.